Hi there. My name is Avil Beckford, and I am the host of the One Problem podcast. There are tons of problems in the world. We're not going to get overwhelmed. We'll be tackling them one problem at a time. Now, a colleague introduced me to this week's guest. Her name is LaRae Quy, and she's an author and former FBI agent. Over to you, LaRae.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I guess my problem that I had, the biggest problem I had as a female special agent was often, usually actually, the only female on the squad. So it was like, how do I fit in? And I didn't really, I'd seen other women and a lot of them just tried to be one of the guys, they kind of walked with a swagger and they always had a gun on their hip, and that's just not me. And I knew that however I fit in, I had to be authentic as well. So, these guys, and they were it's not like they were mean or, that but they were their own clique. They were the guys. So they, after work every day, they'd peel off and go have a drink somewhere. And I was never invited. Little things like that, just to let me know that while they, respected me or, put up with me, I guess would be the right word, I wasn't one of them. So the question became, how do I fit in? And I decided right then, you hear a lot about mentoring these days and how women need mentors. There's no way I was going to get one of these guys to mentor me. They just would laugh in my face, right? So I did it my own way. I identified a couple of the more senior agents who had a great success record. And they were respected on the squad. They had great cases. They were just good agents. And I thought, I don't have to have a formal mentorship with them. I just watched everything they did and I copied it. And I knew how this one guy in particular worked and how he went out and met people and how he interviewed them and how he approached a case. And that's what I did. So he would probably roll over in his grave, because he has since passed, if he knew that I considered him a mentor. But I did. And it wasn't like he or any of the others, again, that they didn't disrespect me, but I knew I had to show them in some way that I was as good as they were. So when I started sort of imitating the tactics of this one senior agent, I found I had great results as well. It was just his demeanor. It was the way he treated people. It was the way he spoke to them. And I'd come back after an interview or whatever, and they go, wow, you got some really good information there. And so it became a situation where they almost had to respect me as an agent, as a fellow agent, not just as a person, but as a fellow agent on the squad. And the other thing that I resisted doing, I noticed a lot of the other females would kind of move in groups. They are the ones that got together and would go to lunch, and they kind of just created their own solidarity system, right? And I knew the guys made fun of them. They just call them the Solidarity Sisters, right? And I didn't want to be part of that. I wanted to be LaRae without being identified as part of a group. I just wanted to be who I was and for them to see me for who I was and not who I hung out with or whatever. So that was another way I found my way. I inveigled my way into the squad and earned the respect, the professional respect of my fellow agents.
That's so good. I just want to touch on something you said to make
Absolutely.
a comment, because my website is The Invisible Mentor. And the definition of an invisible mentor is someone you can learn from by observing them from a distance. And that's exactly what you did, LaRae.
Yes, one thing I learned as an investigator, you just circle a case until you find the soft underbelly, and then you move in. And to me, that was the most logical and most authentic for me. And I so appreciate what you just said, because we don't always have to have that official mentorship relationship where we check it, once a week or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be that formal, and that wouldn't have worked for me in a way. I think I would have felt very self-conscious, and it always felt like performance oriented. Whereas the way I approached it was just very authentic to me, very natural, and it also led to results. So I appreciate what you just said about the invisible mentor.
Thank you so much.